Good morning, students. Welcome to the next session, the fifth session of globalization. Under that, we are going to see the topic called as formal organization. What do you mean by formal organization? Formal organization, according to Lewis Allen, the formal organization is a system of well-defined jobs, each bearing a defined measure of authority, responsibility and accountability. So, for each and every persons, the jobs are fixed and defined measures are there, what work they have to do and to whom they are responsible and for what and all they are accountable. That's called as formal organization. According to Chester Brannard, formal organization is a system of consciously coordinate activities of two or more persons toward common objective. Consciously means knowingly, coordinate means they do the task, two or more persons towards a common objective. So in an organization, the common objective is like what the organization tells, according to that they have to follow. Next, meaning of formal organization. Formal organization is a goal-oriented activity that exists to accurate the efforts of an individual, and it refers to the structure of jobs and positions with clearly defined functions, responsibilities and authorities. So what is the goal? That is clearly told, and accurate efforts, who and all are going to put individual efforts, and what are the jobs, what is their position, it is clearly defined, and who are the responsibility, who is the person responsible and who are the authorities, that is being clearly told. That's called as formal organization. The hierarchical structure of formal organization. So, board, that is board of directors or governors or trustees, the formal organization. Under them there will be a president. Under them there will be vice president for academic affairs, personnel, administration, development and public affairs. So here vice president for academic affairs is there, next personnel is there, vice president for administration is there, and vice president for development. Likewise, the president gives the authority for various factors, and what they do, the vice president gives the authority for different, like administration, the example is given, college for education, college for science, college for business, fine arts, college for social science, college for engineering, college for medicine, law and humanities. So president, vice president, under that you have college for social science, under college for social science you have psychology, anthropology, sociology, political science and economics. Under sociology you have departmental chair and you have sociology faculties. So for each and everywhere the flow of power is there. Here in this formal organization structure, we have dealt with administration. Administration means, in this we have taken college as example. In college, we have taken social sciences. In social sciences, what are the branches? And in social science department, who and all will work. That only we have told. Next, what are the objectives of formal organization structure? First objective, to facilitate the accomplishment of goals of the organization. What the organization needs, that organization needs or goals is being facilitated or accomplished. Next, to facilitate the coordination of various activities. What and all activities is needed, that and all activities like put together, joined together and done together, they will do the task. If you see here, head of the department, that is the CEO. Under him you have president. Under president you have vice presidents. And after vice presidents you have some of the employees working. So objectives here is they coordinate, all put together. What and or see what else, according to that only all will do. Next, to aid the establishment of logical authority relationship. So according to an orderly way, who has to interact with whom, that logical authority relationship is being done. Next, To aid the establishment of division of labor, what work, who has to do, and who is the head for it, who will undertake, all that will be done. Division of labor. Create a group cohesiveness. Cohesiveness means group gathering or group goals. We call it as cohesiveness means it is a group collective activities. Next, characteristics of formal organization. Well-defined rules and regulation. What rules and regulation a president tells that is being followed by vice president, and what a vice president tells that is being followed by the lower authority, that is managers, and manager according to the relationship the work is assigned. Next, arbitrary structure. Arbitrary structure means randomly arranging, that is see here, randomly doing things. See, the things will be jumbled. In that jumbling system, you are getting something done in a easily and coordinatedly and in an orderly manner. Next, determined objectives and policies. What is the task, for whom and all you have to focus? So what is the first, that is where exactly you have to focus of your objectives, that an employee does in formal organization structure. Next, limitation of the activities of an individual. So, limitation, what exactly a person has to do. For example, if you see here, I am a faculty of the organization means I do only teaching task. Administration task, you have a separate administrator if you have appointed. Likewise, in the formal organization structure, the activities, all the persons joined together, or one person is not responsible for all the activities. For them, the power, authority and responsibilities are given accordingly to individually. Next, strict observance of the principle of coordination. So one person, the authority what he is telling, others all should follow in an orderly manner. See, team means all put together they have to work. One person goes and does, it will not be a success. So what they say, all put together jointly only they should work. The steps taken should be equally. There should not be any flaws or fancies. Messages are communicated through virtual chain. See, virtual chain means either there will be physical interaction, or either there will be sender receiver media information, or there will be a telephone conversation, one person receiving and one person telling. So whatever they are telling, whatever person is telling, there will be flow of chain. It will not stop in only one place. To whom and all the information has to be reached, it will be reached very clearly. Next, status symbol. Status symbol means you know who is the head of the organization. The head of the organization is a CEO, or he is called as the formal owner, or after him it will be a president. After president it will be a vice president. After that you have managers, under manager. Likewise, for each and every task, for each and every person, the designation is given. That's called the status symbol. Next, functions of formal organization. First function, set specific goals for the organization. What an organization needs, that goals is specifically synchronized and told. Next, establishing working relationship. So whatever the work that we are doing, it should have a group of gatheringness. Working relationship means one person is a receiver, one person is a sender. Likewise, there is proper relationship of what a person has to do. The task is being known. Creates group cohesiveness. That is group imbibedness is being created. Organizational development. When a group of people join together, they focus on only of your organizational goals. It is called as organization development. Discipline is being maintained. When one person is telling and all others are following means discipline is being developed. Next, human resource development. What a person, how he has to work and which norms he has to work, all that human resource development does. Next, benefits of formal organization. First, financial aspect benefit. Next, social aspect benefit. Social aspect benefit. So, financial aspect benefit. So, when we are going in a group, you know, there is lot of ideas to be shared. So, in that ideas to be shared, if you see, first benefit for financially means security is there. All the work is not done by only one person. It is shared. The responsibility is being shared. So security is being given. Next, slow but steady promotion. So what work they have told, we are going to go slow and steadily we are going to win. Next, commissionized ranks open to men and women graduates. So here there's no discrimination, for all it is being given. Cannot be fired because you are under the normal norms. Formal organization, the responsibility, authority is being told who, what has to be done. So there's no chaos. Next, good retirement benefit. If you're working very safely, no problem. Your retirement benefit also is there, like PF, gratuity, pension, all that is there. Along with that, there is no risk. Next, benefit for social aspect point of view. So many different branches appeal different interest. So when we take opinion of two or more persons, you will get different ideas. That only they are telling. Next, social status. Social status means when financially, when we are improving, automatic the respect of the people we are going to get. Along with the respect, we are going to get income also. See interesting places and people. Okay. Next, limitation of formal organization structure. So first is limited flexibility. So who has to do that? Restriction has been provided, and what to be done and what not to be done, the authority fixes. So when an authority fixes, there is no proper limitation. That is, flexibility is not there. Slowness of progress. All at once they won't do. Bit by bit they do. So it is slowness in processing. Next, communication barrier. If one does mistake, all will undergo the mistake. Next, quality of decision. The decision taken, quality is not to that extent, because some people are doing the work very easily and understandably. Some people they don't do. Slowness in problems and deduction and processing. So whoever's done the problem, deduct ಮಾಡಿ process ಮಾಡೋದು, it will take some period of time. Okay. Today we have discussed formal organization structure. Tomorrow in the next class we are going to discuss about informal organization structure. Meet you in the next class.